Hey everyone, it's Your Name, Channel Name. Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of diseases. Now, I know what you're thinking. Diseases aren't exactly a walk in the park. But trust me, understanding them is crucial for protecting ourselves and staying healthy. We're going to break down the complex world of diseases into bite-sized pieces that are easy to understand. From how they spread to the impact they have on our bodies, we'll cover it all. So whether you're a health enthusiast or just curious about how diseases work, this video is for you. Let's get started.
Let's kick things off with zoonotic diseases. These are diseases that can be transmitted from animals to humans. You might be surprised to know that many common diseases fall under this category. Think about it. We share our environment with so many different species. One well-known example is rabies, a viral disease that affects the nervous system. It's primarily spread through the bite of an infected animal, like a dog or bat. Another example is Ebola, a severe viral disease that can cause hemorrhagic fever. It's often transmitted through contact with infected animals like bats or primates. And of course, we can't forget about COVID-19, which took the world by storm. While the exact origin is still under investigation, scientists believe it likely originated from bats. These examples highlight how interconnected human and animal health truly are. But how exactly do these diseases jump from animals to humans? Well, it can happen through various ways. Direct contact with infected animals, like bites, scratches, or even just touching them, is a common route. Indirect contact, like touching contaminated surfaces or objects, is another way. And let's not forget about vectors, those pesky insects that can carry diseases. Mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas can all transmit zoonotic diseases. Now, you might be wondering, how can we protect ourselves from these diseases? Well, awareness is key. Understanding the risks and taking preventive measures can go a long way. Simple things like washing your hands thoroughly after handling animals, avoiding contact with wild animals, and keeping your pets vaccinated can make a huge difference. Remember, prevention is always better than cure. So, next time you see a cute animal, remember that while it's important to appreciate them, it's equally important to be cautious and practice good hygiene to prevent the spread of zoonotic diseases.
Now, let's shift gears and talk about hereditary diseases. These diseases are passed down from parents to their children through genes. You know, those tiny units of inheritance that make us who we are. Our genes contain instructions for building and maintaining our bodies. But sometimes, these instructions can have errors, leading to genetic disorders. These disorders can affect any part of the body and can range from mild to severe. One example is cystic fibrosis, a genetic disorder that affects the lungs and digestive system. People with cystic fibrosis have thick, sticky mucus buildup in their lungs, making it difficult to breathe. Another example is sickle cell anemia, a blood disorder that affects red blood cells. In sickle cell anemia, the red blood cells become misshapen and break down, leading to various health problems. And then we have Huntington's disease, a neurological disorder that affects the brain. It causes progressive nerve cell damage, leading to movement, cognitive, and psychiatric problems. Now, it's important to understand that inheriting a faulty gene doesn't always mean you'll develop the disease. Some genetic disorders are recessive, meaning you need to inherit 2 copies of the faulty gene, one from each parent, to develop the disease. While there's no way to change our genes, understanding our family history and genetic predisposition can help us make informed decisions about our health. Genetic testing is becoming increasingly available, allowing individuals to learn about their risk for certain hereditary diseases. This knowledge can empower individuals to take proactive steps, such as lifestyle modifications or early interventions, to manage their risk and potentially prevent or delay the onset of the disease. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding our genetic blueprint can help us take control of our health.
Let's dive into the microscopic world of protozoan diseases. These diseases are caused by tiny single-celled organisms called protozoa. These microscopic creatures are found everywhere, in water, soil, and even in our bodies. While most protozoa are harmless, some can cause diseases and they're not picky about who they infect. They can infect humans, animals, and even plants. One of the most well-known protozoan diseases is malaria, a mosquito-borne disease that affects millions of people worldwide. Malaria parasites infect red blood cells, causing fever, chills, and other flu-like symptoms. If left untreated, it can be life-threatening. Another common protozoan disease is giardiasis, an intestinal infection that causes diarrhea, abdominal cramps, and bloating. It's often spread through contaminated water or food. And let's not forget about toxoplasmosis, a parasitic infection that can be particularly dangerous for pregnant women and people with weakened immune systems. It's often spread through contact with infected cat feces or undercooked meat. Protozoan diseases can be sneaky. They often mimic other illnesses, making diagnosis tricky. That's why it's important to see a doctor if you experience any unusual or persistent symptoms. Prevention is key when it comes to protozoan diseases. Simple measures like washing your hands thoroughly, drinking clean water, and cooking food properly can go a long way in preventing these infections. Remember, even though we can't see them, protozoa are all around us. So let's stay vigilant and protect ourselves from these microscopic invaders.
Now let's talk about viral diseases, those sneaky invaders that hijack our cells to replicate. Viruses are incredibly small, even smaller than bacteria, and they can't reproduce on their own. They need a host cell to do the dirty work for them. Once a virus enters our body, it attaches itself to a host cell and injects its genetic material. This genetic material then takes over the host cell's machinery, turning it into a virus-making factory. The newly produced viruses then burst out of the host cell, often destroying it in the process, and go on to infect other cells. This chain reaction is what causes the symptoms of viral diseases. You've probably experienced your fair share of viral infections. From the common cold to the flu, viral diseases are a part of life. Some viral diseases, like the flu, can cause mild to moderate illness, while others, like HIV/AIDS, can have life-threatening consequences. And of course, we can't forget about COVID-19, a viral disease that caused a global pandemic. Viruses are constantly evolving, which is why it's so challenging to stay ahead of them. New viruses emerge and existing ones mutate, making it crucial to stay informed about preventive measures and treatment options. Vaccines are one of the most effective ways to prevent viral diseases. They work by exposing our immune system to a weakened or inactive form of the virus, teaching our bodies how to fight off the real deal if we ever encounter it. Other preventive measures include practicing good hygiene, such as washing your hands frequently and avoiding close contact with sick individuals. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Let's move on to bacterial diseases. Bacteria are single-celled organisms that are everywhere. They're in the soil, water, air, and even on our skin and in our gut. Don't worry though, not all bacteria are bad. In fact, many bacteria are beneficial and essential for our health. But some bacteria can cause infections, and that's what we're focusing on today. Bacterial diseases occur when harmful bacteria invade our bodies and multiply, causing damage to our cells and tissues. These infections can range from mild, like a simple ear infection, to severe, like tuberculosis. Speaking of tuberculosis, it's a bacterial infection that primarily affects the lungs, causing coughing, chest pain, and fever. It's a serious infection that can be fatal if left untreated. Another example is cholera, a bacterial infection that causes severe diarrhea and dehydration. It's often spread through contaminated water and can be deadly if not treated promptly. And then we have Lyme disease, a bacterial infection transmitted through the bite of infected ticks. It can cause a wide range of symptoms, including fever, headache, fatigue, and a characteristic skin rash. Early diagnosis and treatment are crucial for preventing long-term complications. So, how do we protect ourselves from these bacterial invaders? Good hygiene is essential. Washing our hands thoroughly with soap and water, especially before eating and after using the restroom, can significantly reduce the risk of bacterial infections. Vaccines are also available for some bacterial diseases, such as tetanus and pertussis, and they've been instrumental in reducing the incidence of these diseases. Remember, bacteria are everywhere, but by understanding how they spread and taking preventive measures, we can reduce our risk of infection.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found this video informative. We've covered a lot of ground today, from zoonotic diseases to bacterial infections, Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to our health. By understanding different types of diseases, how they spread, and how to prevent them, we can make informed decisions to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on health and wellness. Stay healthy and see you next time.